What's up? Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance News with me, your host KinToshi. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications right here. This is going on 7:30 a.m. EDT time every single day. I'm going to go into the stream here and start reading the news. And I got a bunch of things to read through for today. We're going to start with the market watch. So we got the U.S. I'm going to jump over to the U.S. markets here and go from there. All right, so let's see. We've got the I don't know. Let's get the U.S. market rates up. Load it up. All right. Monitor's working. That's cool. Come on, market watch. Load the U.S. markets. Give me the Dow. Give me the Dow. I'm going to move this along. All right, here's the Dow. The Dow is down 1.4%. The S&P 500 is down 0.2%. The NASDAQ is down 0.25%. The global Dow is down 0.05%. Gold is up 0.01%, and oil is down 0.59%. In the Europe markets, we have the FTSE 100 down 0.75%, the DAX down 0.36%, the CAC 40 down 0.56%, the FTSE MIB down 0.95%, the IBEX 35 down 0.55%, the Stock 600 down 0.44%. In the Asia markets, we have the Asia Dow up 0.29%, the Nikkei 225 up 0.7%. Hang Seng down 0.42%, Shanghai down 0.55%, Sensex up 0.27%, Singapore down 0.05%. In the Forex, we have the Euro down 0.11%, the Yen up 0.02%, the Pound down 0.57%, Australia dollar down 0.4%, the DXY index up 0.31%, and the WSJ IDX is up 0.15%. In the rates market, with the US 10-year up 0.0163, the Germany 10-year up 0.013, Italy 10-year up 0.004, Spain 10-year down 0.015, the UK 10-year up 0.114, the Japan 10-year down 0.0059. In the futures market, we have the DGIF down 0.44%, the S&P 5F down 0.47%, NASDAQ F down 0.41%, the gold is up 0.07, 0.08%. Silver is up 0.54%, and crude oil is down 0.51%. In the crypto markets, we have Bitcoin at $20,225 per BTC, up 1.01%. Ethereum in USD is $1,367.05 per ETH. It's up 1.56%. XRP USD is up 0.8%. Bitcoin Cash is down 0.29%. Litecoin is up 0.59%. And Monero is down 0.38%. So the first piece of news I have, I'm going to gather it right up here. And after this stream also, let's grab these sources, bring them up to the other window. After this stream also, I will be cutting stream. And I'll be coming back because yesterday we shared about a game called Skyweaver that got a $40 million seed Series A funding from Ubisoft and Take-Two and some other aspects from the industry of gaming as well. So we're going to start. So I'm going to, basically my point is, I'm going to be cutting this stream. I'm going to be relaunching live stream with Skyweaver. We're going to go walk through Skyweaver this morning, and we're going to start playing Skyweaver. And Skyweaver is an NFT-based card, TCG, tradable card game. So we're going to check that out and grind that for the cards and hang out and teach about it, learn about it, and have fun with it, compete with it even. All right, so this first piece of news I have is Near Protocol partners with Google Cloud to support Web3 devs. Under a partnership with Near Protocol, so this is from writer Judith Banner-Manquist. Under a partnership with Near Protocol, Google Cloud will support Near developers in building and scaling their Web3 projects and dApps. Near Foundation has announced a new partnership between Google Cloud and Near Protocol, providing infrastructure for Near's Web3 startup platform, Pagoda. According to an October 4th announcement, this partnership will allow Google Cloud to provide technical support to Near grant recipients by providing infrastructure for Near's remote procedure call node provider to Pagoda. Near Protocol is a decentralized application dApp platform that focuses on usability among developers and users. It utilizes sharding technology to achieve scalability, and as a competitor to Ethereum, is also smart contract capable in a proof-of-stake blockchain. Launched in February 2022, Pagoda is a startup platform that provides Web3 developers building on Near with a full-stack tool set to construct, launch, and maintain their Web3 projects or dApps on the blockchain. In a statement, Google Cloud Director of Digital Assets Carlos Arena said his company's infrastructure will allow Near developers to a means to build and scale, and said the company will continue to support new products and services on blockchain-based platforms. In September, Google Cloud linked a similar partnership with Binance's smart contract blockchain platform BNB Chain, allowing startups that are building products and services on the BNB Chain blockchain to also be able to build on Google Cloud's scalable, secure, and open source infrastructure. Google Cloud launched a new digital asset team in January to support the development and evolution of the blockchain ecosystem. The digital asset team is focused on helping Google Cloud's customers create, trade, store value, and launch new products on blockchain-based platforms. That's pretty cool. So Near Protocol, another blockchain, partners with Google Cloud to support Web3 devs. Let's go on. Also, all these news articles will be in the recap on the YouTube side, so you could read back through and do some more research on your own due diligence and convenience. Let's keep going. Oh, I'm trying to operate a different keyboard. I have like 2 different keyboards here. I just need to remove this keyboard out of the whole situation for the time being. Keep trying to use it because that's my primary keyboard I use. So I'm trying to type on a different machine today. So if you see the stream setup a little bit today, it's a little different because I have it structured for launching into Skyweaver right thereafter. So just kind of on a different machine with a different structure, different build out than what I'm currently working with for typical blockchain tech and finance news. All right, so this next piece of news here, I want to make sure it's up on the Jumbotron stream. Yep, it is. All right, Celsius's top 3 execs cashed out $56 million in crypto before their bankruptcy. This is for the business sector via CoinDesk. This is from writer Christian Sandor and Nicolesh Day. Ex-CEO Alex Mashinsky, ex-CSO Daniel Leon, and CTO Nuke Goldstein pulled Bitcoin, Ether, USDC, and Cell holdings from their custody accounts in May before the company suspended all customer withdrawals. Crypto lender Celsius's top 3 executives withdrew $56.12 million in cryptocurrency between May and June 2022, right before the company suspended withdrawals and filed for bankruptcy, new court records show. According to a statement of financial affairs filed late Wednesday, former CEO Alex Mashinsky, former CSO Daniel Leon, and CTO Nuke Goldstein withdrew the funds largely from custody accounts in the form of Bitcoin, BTC, Ether, ETH, USDC, and Cell tokens. Over a dozen other executives, including the company's chief compliance officer Oren Blonstein, chief risk officer Rodney Sanada Wong, and a new CEO Chris Ferraro, did not make any significant withdrawals during that time period, according to the document. One of several filed to the bankruptcy court for the Southern District of New York. Mashinsky withdrew about $10 million in cryptocurrency in May 2022. Leon withdrew about $7 million, an additional $4 million worth of Cell noted as collateral between May 27th and May 31st. Goldstein withdrew around $13 million, an additional $7.8 million worth of Cell, also denoted collateral. Celsius filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in July after it halted all user withdrawals, citing extreme market conditions a month before. Wednesday's documents are the latest development around the beleaguered crypto lender. As its bankruptcy case heats up, an independent examiner appointed by the U.S. Trustee's Office is currently investigating why Celsius fell apart and how it manages and stored customers' deposits. Mashinsky and Leon resigned from the lender within the last 2 weeks. Earlier this week, the Financial Times reported that Mashinsky withdrew $10 million in crypto before Celsius froze withdrawals. Key members of the lender's management talked about fresh restructuring plans that involved turning the firm's debt into tokens and a potential pivot to crypto custody, according to the audio recordings leaked in the media. However, the court is moving forward with auctioning off Celsius's assets later this month. So you can read more about Celsius. The bankruptcy court ordered Celsius to update this unsecured creditors committee, USCC, which represents all customers whom Celsius owes assets, about its financial status and cash management on a regular basis, according to another court document filed Wednesday. The lender must disclose its monthly budget and cash balance, spending on wages, taxes, among other figures in various performance metrics about its Bitcoin mining business and any proceeds from sales of BTC mined by the firm's mining facilities. The firm also must obtain permission from UCC for any critical vendor payment above $50,000. The next hearing for bankruptcy case is scheduled for later this week, October 7th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So that's that. A bit dodgy, withdrawing that much, but who knows what the withdrawals or catalyst is for amongst them. So let's see. Next piece of news here. We're spinning up. This is from CoinDesk as well. This is in the policy sector. EU's Russian crypto ban confirmed as bloc tightens sanctions. All crypto payments from Russians to Europe wallet providers will be forbidden under the measures. This is from writer Jack Schickler, for CoinDesk. The European Union has confirmed a sweeping ban on providing crypto services to Russians as it tightens sanctions in the wake of what it calls sham secession votes in 4 Ukrainian regions, which was first reported by CoinDesk last week. The bloc introduced an 8th set of economic and political measures against Russia after the February invasion, tightening a previous rule which limited crypto payments to European wallets to 10,000 euros or $9,900 USD. The existing prohibitions on crypto assets have been tightened by banning all crypto asset wallet accounts or custody services irrespective of the account of the wallet. The European Commission said in a statement on Thursday after proposals it made last week were signed off by EU governments. This measure, which notably which notably seek to cap the price of oil that Russia can sell, follow the country's attempt to annex the regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia. Previous crypto sanctions have taken effect on publication in the EU's official journal and applied to Russian citizens, residents, and entities unless they live in the bloc. All right, so that's their EU's Russian crypto ban confirmed as bloc tightens sanctions. Let's keep going with the news here. It's a shorter news session today. It's kind of like a dry, stale kind of day in like blockchain news, crypto news, NFTs, technology news, finance news. Is really kind of just going on. All right, this is from Cointelegraph from writer Anthony Clark. Mainstream NFT adoption will be driven mostly by their utility. Hype may have been a factor in the rise of NFTs, but the actual utility will be the catalyst for the mainstream adoption of the technology. Non-fungible tokens have seen a stratospheric surge in popularity accompanied by sky-high values, giving rise to legitimate and ongoing worries about a market bubble, as many projects lacked real-world application or utility. NFT utility is an essential component because it adds value and functionality to the technology. One of the most well-known use cases for NFTs is the ownership of digital art pieces like CryptoPunks. Play to earn P2E gaming is another use case that had massive popularity in 2021. NFTs can assist firms in various sectors with their operations since at their core, they contain evidence of ownership and proof of provenance. In addition, collections have access to a strong branding strategy that works in conjunction with their public image due to granting commercial rights to NFT owners for their assets. However, the market needs additional use cases for NFT technology to reach mainstream adoption as it adds value and usefulness to NFTs, helping them to stand out among the crowded digital asset projects. For example, Picture for Proof, PFP projects may have driven huge NFT growth in 2021, but a lot of it was based on speculation by investors trying to make a profit. In addition, market leaders like the Bored Ape Yacht Club have actual utility, with each ape granting the owner access to events and copyright licenses to monetize their NFTs. Many copycat projects lacked any utility apart from mimicking popular projects and promising vague futuristic developments for holders. Furthermore, brands that want to use NFTs need a solid strategy that spans their business model and industry for particular use cases. Unfortunately, many have entered the NFT market without a proper plan or vision, rushing on the hype train or cash grabs. As a result, NFT hype has led to confusion among investors and consumers alike. Users want utility. However, as the market has matured, it seems like it's shifting toward a focus on utility, with investors becoming savvier and expecting additional use cases for their NFTs. Kameshwaran Longovan, co-founder and chief operations officer at NFT launchpad Guardian Link, told Cointelegraph, in quote, People people have also grown beyond just thinking about speculative profit. They have started to think about long-term investments. The growing knowledge and awareness about NFTs have, in a lot of financial ways, helped the market and the offering shift towards NFTs that have utilities rather than the ones that just represent a gimmick. Ted Moy, CEO at Chibi Clash, a P2E blockchain game, told Cointelegraph, the market is going to shift towards a focus on utility because people are becoming more careful on how and where to spend their money. That's why they say a bear market is for building. People will need more than the promise of good artwork to convince them and increase their confidence in investing their hard-earned money, he continued. That's where the utility will come into play and also will be the reason NFTs are adopted into wider society. As it stands, owning digital art is still relatively foreign to most people, and at most it's a cool concept. The utility will allow the mainstream to attach to a more tangible value to owning an NFT. This will ultimately be the catalyst for a more widestream adoption. Yeah. What are the use cases? When it comes to real-world utility, digital ticketing is a promising use case for NFTs. NFT tickets are essentially digital assets that save a user's credentials to provide entrance to an event. Yeah, I mean, that's basically, it's all code backed from another smart contract and code sets called Solidity programming language that builds these contracts, and it tells this for ticketing, maybe the ticket is minted, and then after the ticket is entered and shown as redeemed, it is then burned and no longer in existence. These are functions that are in the contract. So this is the innovation of part of NFTs, as like things like ticketing and stuff. It's all in the code. The code is the value. To make the experience of being a smart contract is value, with the code backing that. To make the experience of being a fan even more immersive, they can also provide ticket holders extra benefits such as access to the backstage area, merchandise, and other items. In addition, NFT tickets can potentially reward artists, event organizers, and even other stakeholders with recurring royalties, assisting in establishing a stronger link with fans. When using NFT tickets, everyone can follow the transactions on a blockchain ledger, making it simpler to know when and where the ticket was purchased and sold. In addition, smart contracts can enable NFT tickets to hold a fixed price, preventing ticketing scalpers from inflating prices on the secondary market. As a result, the NFT ticketing market is expected to be worth $68 billion by 2025 and presents a practical use case for NFT technology. Organizers can put up a rule that will cause a royalty payment I'll just check in the chat, see if anyone put a chat in there. Organizers can put up a rule that will cause a royalty payment to be made if a ticket is transferred to a new owner. This will allow them to decide how royalties are distributed after secondary ticket sales. Metaverse real estate has also gained traction as a NFT utility. On a metaverse platform, an area of digital land that users may own is called NFT virtual land. Because each NFT is one of a kind and it is simple to demonstrate digital ownership, they are well suited for use in representing land ownership. In addition, people can use NFT land for various purposes, including working, socializing, gaming, and promoting their businesses. The value of a plot determined by factors such as its usefulness, rarity. The project will host and market speculation. Users can acquire NFT land directly from a project via a land sale or on the secondary market through an NFT exchange like OpenSea. However, before making a purchase, users should completely understand the potential risks and benefits of the virtual property and the project that will be built on it. Benefits include being able to build on the virtual land and rest spaces to other users. One of the risks of investing in virtual land is an investor losing money if the land's value decreases over time. Putting more of a focus on utility and will bring about several positive changes, one of which is the potential resolution to the problem of investors seeking quick liquidity and immediate returns. While cryptocurrencies and NFTs will always appeal to those seeking to get wealthy quickly, utility encourages ownership over short-term flips. There's a nice article here. So, mainstream NFT adoption will be driven mostly by their utility. Also, you can have a recorded audio there as well. On the recap, you can find the link in the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel. All these article source links of every episode. Just check out the Blockchain Tech and Finance playlist on youtube.com/KinToshi. All right, this is from Cointelegraph. Judith Banner-Manquist. OpenSea to allow users to submit bulk NFT listings and purchases. The company said that users can now list and buy up to 30 items in a single flow. So no longer do we need X2, Y2 to do such bulk buying or selling. OpenSea's got to do this to keep up, in all honesty. with the market and times and other utility and platforms and marketplaces launching. OpenSea, the digital marketplace for crypto collectibles and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, announced in a series of tweets October 5th that the platform will officially allow its users to bulk list and bulk purchase up to 30 digital collectibles in a single flow. In the case of bulk buying, the platform will allow its users to add up to 30 items from the same chain to their cart before finalizing their purchases in a single transaction, reducing costs associated with gas fees and allowing the process to be more convenient and streamlined, the company explained. In your collected tabs, you can access bulk listings by clicking on the plus symbol when you hover over an item card, or by clicking list for sale and more options drop down. Then you'll be able to select up to 30 items to list at once. In September, Cointelegraph reported that OpenSea had launched a new immersive initiative enabling creators to launch their NFT collections on their own customizable and dedicated drop pages, with hopes that this will allow for greater visibility and discoverability on the marketplace's new homepage. In the same month, global music and entertainment company Warner Music Group, WMG, announced a partnership with the NFT marketplace to provide a platform for select musical artists to build and extend their music fan base into the Web3 community. Innovations to the platform have come during a time when OpenSea's volume has plummeted drastically, with massive declines in the daily and monthly transactions on the platform. The marketplace went from processing $405.75 million transactions. That's $405.75 million. Why does it say? It's a weird statement. 405.75 million transactions, but it's really $405 million worth of transactions on May 1st, to only processing $5 million worth of NFT transactions on August 28th. Need another editor at large, maybe. I don't know. OpenSea will allow users to submit bulk NFT listings and purchases, is this article. So that's a little update on OpenSea there. I have another article here, and I'm going to close out the stream for today. Again, it's kind of like quiet. It's kind of quiet in the news today. It's quiet in the markets today. It's really kind of riding flat, basically. Bitcoin's up 1%. Ethereum's up 1%. So congratulations to y'all who are making some 1% flippings today. TSMC shares jump 5% after Morgan Stanley says the chip maker is a top pick. So this is in the tech market sector. This is from writer Abigail Abigail for CNBC. The key points here is Morgan Stanley described TSMC as the enabler of future technology. We anticipate a semiconductor cycle recovery in 2H to 3 and suggests bargain hunting and quality stocks right now. TSMC is our top pick, the investment bank wrote in a note. The stock rose as much as 5% in a Wednesday trade. So Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited at Hsinchu Science Park. Shares of the world's largest chip maker, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, rose as much as 5% on Wednesday morning in Asia after Morgan Stanley recommended the stock. Shares of the world's largest chip maker, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, rose as much as 5% on Wednesday morning in Asia after Morgan Stanley recommended the stock, as it was saying right up there. I was reading this and now I'm reading it once more, it seems. We anticipate a semiconductor cycle recovery in 2H to 3 and suggest bargain hunting and quality stocks right now. TSMC is our top pick. I already read that. The stock was trading at 3.73% higher in afternoon trade. U.S. listed shares of TSMC rose about 5% overnight. Chip stocks such as TSMC, Global Wafers Company, and Media Tech are at trough valuations after a rapid market correction, analyst Morgan Stanley said. Meanwhile, the secular trends of 5G, artificial intelligence of things, and electric vehicles, which need semiconductors, are not reversing, the bank added. A chip recovery will also be supported by falling prices of tech products and logistics, reopening of economics, especially in China, and a lower increase in production capacity for foundries, analysis wrote. Investors should prioritize investing in industry leaders with pricing power, those in secular growth stories, and companies that will benefit from China's semiconductor localization. The note said secular growth stocks are those that have long-term value and are not dependent on current economic conditions. And a separate note by Morgan Stanley on Asia's emerging markets, analysts recommended moving overweight on South Korea and Taiwan, as well as the chip sector in these markets. Both markets are dominated by semiconductors and technology hardware, the note said. and quote, our sector colleagues see the worst point for the inventory cycle as soon as Q4 this year and at the latest Q1 next year, depending on the sub-segment. Stocks typically make their trough before the inventory cycle makes its inflection, it added. All right, so that's there. TSMC shares jumped 5% after Morgan Stanley says the chipmaker is a top pick. That's in the tech sector. And that's to close out the stream for the day. Again, like I said, it's a very quiet day in basically everything kind of going around. It's kind of riding flat, but not to be stale about it, we actually are, I'm going to be cutting the stream, and I'll be coming back in a little bit with Skyweaver, an NFT TCG tradable card game, trading card game, which we'll be playing through. And by playing those, you earn the NFT cards in there, and they're going to be rolling out with competitions. They just had a $40 million seed funding success from Ubisoft, Take-Two, and other angel investment conglomerates. So yeah, basically that's all I have for the day. Again, if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on bell notifications here to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I pray you're having a great and safe, awesome day wherever in the world you are. Stay well, stay safe. I'll see you all back tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EDT time for more Blockchain Tech and Finance News. And also, leave your comments. Leave your comments on the recap. Again, all these news articles I read from today will be in the recap on the YouTube side and Blockchain Tech and Finance playlist. Or just you can see it up on the new video on the channel. And leave your comments of what you think is important, what you're finding in the marketplace as far as news that's noteworthy, and I'll cover it. If it's important enough and I find it very interesting, I'm going to cover it right here on the news stream. What projects, what kind of NFTs, what kind of new blockchain technology is rolling out there, and I guess we'll make it a cool, awesome thing with your inclusion in the community. It could only help. All right. Have a great and awesome, safe day, like I said. Cheers. Ciao. Peace be with you. Stay well. Stay safe. Peace.